Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Dashing Through the Snow. This is a brand new holiday Christmas movie on Disney Plus that came out just a few weeks ago at most. It's an hour and 31 minutes long. It is from 2023, of course, and it is pretty much a comedy, race against time, one of those classic stories of somebody not believing in Santa, but then coming face to face with him, and at every turn saying, nope, not Santa, nope, not Santa, and, well, it also makes you, as a viewer, sometimes question, is this really Santa, or just a person who thinks they're Santa? Well, this is, in the story, it's set in Atlanta. We have a social worker, played by Ludacris, yes, Chris, whatever, I can't remember what his actual name is. Chris, but Ludacris. He is a social worker who helps talk down problem individuals who, are just, dealing with depression or possibly dangerous situations. He works with the police. But, we get to see him at his best at the very beginning of the film. And, sometimes there's people who think they might be somebody they're not, or, have a little bit of instability in their lives. And in this case, when he finds a guy hanging upside down in his neighbor's chimney, who says he's Santa Claus or Sinterklaas, well, he's pretty much kicks into that same gear and goes, okay, what can I do to help you? Let's go down to the police station. Let's get you some help. Let's talk it out. Yeah, after a while, it gets to be a little bit too much for what's his name? Is Eddie? Yeah, Eddie. Ludacris plays Eddie. And Santa Claus is played by Lil Rel Howery. And he is very energetic, very likable, very fun, and he's a very different type of Santa than we've seen before. This is not Tim Allen, let's just say. But not that Tim Allen's not fun. It's just saying it's a different Santa Claus. So, we get to see Ludacris, Lil Rel. We get a little girl named Madison Sky, and her name is long. Madison Sky Validum. Oh, of course. And she plays Charlotte, the daughter of Eddie. And her mom, in a smaller role, but still, is Tayona Paris. I knew I was going to say that wrong. Tayona Paris. You know her from the Marvels, from WandaVision. She plays Photon. But yeah, she never really gets that name in the movie as much as Ms. Marvel would like to give her one. But yeah, she's one of the Marvels. So she has a small role, but is very much in this. Oscar Nunez also is in this. He is a congressman who is helping out charities, helping out homeless shelters and things like that. But there's more to his character. You know him as Oscar on The Office, the U.S. version. So yeah, it's fun to see him doing a different type of role than he's usually done. Marilyn Rice Cub, used to see her in 24, and she's also a long time part of the Mr. Show gang, the comedians and things like that. She's a stand-up comedian mostly over the years, but she's done a lot of serious roles here and there. Although she was probably the funniest thing on 24, which isn't really saying a lot. 24 wasn't exactly funny, but yeah. So we get an adventure. I'm not going to spoil the film for you, but it's basically an adventure with Eddie, his daughter Charlotte, and Santa Claus, who is strangely on the run from some people in a van, and he's not explaining much. For me, a lot of this felt like had an almost Adventures in Babysitting feel, the old version, the 86 version of the film. Just because they're just running around a city that looks almost completely devoid. You figure that it's a bustling city. I've seen Chicago at night, Adventures in Babysitting. It's pretty empty at certain nights of the week. And also, apparently, there's a lot going on where it's necessary for the story to advance in different parts of Atlanta where this takes place, but the streets are otherwise empty. So, yeah, it's Christmas Eve, by the way, and yeah, so it's Eddie, Charlotte, and Santa, supposedly Nick. We'll call him Nick. And nothing seems to go right for him. Why doesn't he call in the reindeer that are at his beck and call? Where are they? Why can't he help it? And so his story has a lot of holes in it. You're trying to wonder if this really is Santa Claus, and if he is, can we even get him help? Is he delusional? Is he dangerous? But Eddie's forced to bring Charlotte along on this crazy adventure, while Nick keeps spinning these strange tales about the secrets of the North Pole, and there's a penguin who's a doctor, and there's a walrus therapist, and he's given away all the secrets of the North Pole, which just sounds in some ways the rantings of a person who's not all quite there. But he's charming, he's funny, and he's sweet. And so Eddie has a hard time reconciling this. Why does Eddie not believe this? Well, Eddie doesn't like Christmas at all, and he has a reason, and we get to learn that early on in the film, almost the very first thing in the film. And he's pretty jaded. He had a pretty sad moment in his early childhood, dealing with Santa Claus, Christmas, and his family. And it's not like somebody died or anything, but it was a pretty rough moment that pretty much took him away from Christmas for the rest of his life. But he's willing to do what he can to make his daughter happy, but not so much as to do any of the traditional Christmas stuff. But when things are forced upon him by this mysterious figure in their lives, well, what's he going to do? So, yeah. Will he believe? Will he change his mind? Will this guy actually turn out to be Santa Claus after all this? Or is he really good at just making up stories? You never know. But you will know by the end of the film. So yeah, it's a great cast. It's lots of good fun. It's got a great soundtrack. Understand, it's a very hip-hop heavy soundtrack. You get Run DMC, you get DMX, even Luther Vandross shows up. But of course, there's even a Ludacris song. Ludacris actually sings to a Ludacris song he hears on the radio, because it's not Christmas music. He likes it. So, yeah. He even uses the term, it's in the trailer, it's like, that's ludicrous. Yes, it's corny, it's really corny, but yeah. This movie isn't afraid to be, funny. It's, again, you're not gonna, I don't think you're gonna be too surprised by how things work out, by how, it's fairly predictable, but it doesn't mean it's not fun. So, yeah. I'd say give it a shot. It's a little something new, a little something different. And for the most part, a lot of the stuff that I'm watching over the next few days is mostly brand new stuff to Disney Plus a few different things that I haven't watched in the past during this season. We're in our 5th year, and I've been doing this for over 4 years now, since the day Disney Plus started. So yeah, it's kind of a big deal. The next thing we're doing is a sort of a documentary special that's about the incredible Dr. Paul, Jingle Pauls. So he's an animal doctor, and we've seen other shows he's done, different things. He's like a veterinarian, but this one is Christmas themed and involves his family for some reason. So yeah, I'm checking it off the list because, hey, it's got to go at some point, and it hasn't shown up in the randomly. So I've been looking to get this taken care of for a while. You never know when it's going to just disappear. It's one of those National Geographic series. He has a bunch of different series and specials and everything else. Well, this is his Christmas one. The Incredible Dr. Paul, Jingle Pauls, on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.